What is going on YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to Dear God by Avenged Sevenfold. I've gotten quite a few requests to react to this song specifically. A few of you said that when I reacted to Buried Alive, Gunslinger. Gunslinger was like a country-ish song, like it had that kind of western vibe. So I think somebody in the comments of that video said that if I like Gunslinger, like the whole country-ish sound to it, to react to Dear God, because apparently that's somewhat similar. Sorry about the inconsistent uploading lately. If you watch all of my videos, you will see that I am in a different place all the time. I've been bouncing back and forth from Illinois to Arizona. Now I'm back in Arizona for quite a while this time, so we should be good for a while. But anyways, if you did not know, I do have another channel that I post like gaming videos on, so I'll put that in the description if you want to check that out. I'll be doing that more. You can see the setup behind me somewhere, I'm sure. So that's another thing I really want to work on, and I'm just ready to get into the reaction, so let's do it. So this is Dear God by Avenged Sevenfold. Yes, it is. Whoa. It sounds like Your Man by Josh Turner. That's what that reminds me of.
Crossed another cold state line, miles away from those I love, up is hard to find. While I recall the words you spoke to me, can't help but wish that I was there, like where I'd love to be. Oh yeah,
I like it. This is so relaxing. Huh. So I like how soothing it sounds and how relaxing and how just kind of, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, like groovy, I guess. I don't think I've ever used that word in my life. But I think it's about like, you know, finding a true love or whatever and just regretting the fact that you didn't take the opportunity while you had it. It's kind of what I gathered from that first verse. I was kind of ADHD kicked in. I barely listened to any of that like first section of lyrics, so I was like having to read it real quick. But no, I really like, what is that guitar that sounds like, I'll go ahead and pull it up real quick. Right here. Classic song. Grew up on that one. But anyways, it's like that kind of thing in the background of this song. I was really surprised to hear that, and that was weird. Hearing that in an Avenged Sevenfold song, that was pretty cool.
Once again, there's nothing here for me on this barren road. There's no one here while the city sleeps and all the shops are closed. Can't help but think of the times I've had with you, pictures and some memories to help me through. Oh,
wow.
Dear God, the only thing I ask of you is to hold her when I'm not.
This is a long song for what it seems like.
We all need that person who can be true to you. I left her when I found her, and now I wish that stay.
So he's going about the lyrics in a really interesting way. So like when he said, I left her when I found her, it's like usually they would, you know, they would say, I left her when I found her, and then keep going. I think it's interesting that he's kind of hanging on certain words or notes that usually people would just kind of skip right on by. It's just, it goes to show how talented and how creative that these guys can be. And they're not just going through the motions, you know? Right there.
Now I wish that's dead. 'Cause I'm lonely and I'm tired. I'm missing you again.
I like that part right there.
Once again.
That's probably my favorite part so far.
Well, some say
Yep, there it is. There it is. That's, yeah. Maybe I should stop talking. I don't know. Maybe. I was expecting that to come at some point, you know, it get a little heavier or a little more active or a little more energetic. I like it. I like their transitions.
well, some search, never finding a way. Before long, they waste away. I found you. Something told me to stay. I gave in to selfish ways. And how I miss someone to hold when hope begins to fade. A lonely road crossed another cold state line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find.
Oh. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that slide into the chorus. I really like that. That guitar I've been talking about.
State line, miles away from those I love, purpose hard to find.
I like that a lot.
The only thing I ask of you is to hold me when I'm not around, when I'm much too far away.
I really like the chorus.
We all need the person who can be true to you. I left her when I found her, and now I wish that stayed. 'Cause I'm lonely and I'm tired. I'm missing you again. Oh no. Once again.
There's still like a third of the song left. A female voice in there. That's cool. And that one guitar is doing the solos. That's really cool. Well, not anymore. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, oh. Oh, the dual guitars. Can't. Can't have an Avenged Sevenfold song without dual guitars. The harmony. Oh, it's gonna fade out? What? Okay. That's a long fade. Wow. That's a really long fade out. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I think this was like a great mix between like a, do I say country? Is country the right word? Because I guess it does have like a little bit of like a country vibe to it. Like the instrumentals do kind of suggest that it's more country, but it's Avenged Sevenfold. Like, they're not a country band at all. But that's what's cool about Avenged Sevenfold is that they can do anything, especially their new album. What is that? That's like all sorts of different stuff. But anyways, they can do anything. That's why I like them so much. I think this was a great combination between a little bit of country and like a rock. It wasn't like metal, but it was, it's like a little bit of both. It was like a little heavy too. And I think if you wanted like a relaxing song with both of those two genres combined, this is great. That was a pretty laid back song for the album it's on. I know it's on their self-titled album, which is the best album by them in my opinion. That is my favorite Avenged Sevenfold album. I just want to see where that song is placed on the album. Okay, it's right on, okay, so on Spotify, it's right after A Little Piece of Heaven. That's interesting. I thought they would have like ended on A Little Piece of Heaven. I'm saying like on their self-titled album, you got Critical Acclaim, which is intense. Almost Easy, which is intense. Scream, which is intense. Afterlife, which is a masterpiece. Then you got Gunslinger. It's not heavy, but it's not laid back either. Brompton Cocktail is a little bit of a roller coaster. A Little Piece of Heaven, you know what A Little Piece of Heaven is like. It's just chef's kiss. And then you got Dear God at the end. I don't know why. I guess I just don't remember Dear God being on their self-titled album. So anyways, that's going to do it for the reaction. Thank you so much for watching. I will be uploading a little bit more frequently. I hope. I'm going to try. I'm probably just going to react to something else next, like right now, just because I have the time to do it right now. But anyways, check out all the links in the description. I'm going to have a few down there. Link to the original video will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.